What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Real Time with Naeem Chowdhury, where I'm keeping it real all the time. Tonight, man, Real Time is excited, and basically, man, Real Time is going to go to the movies tonight. I've been waiting for this movie to come out. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, baby. Yes. So, Real Time, I'm going to keep it very real. Yes, Real Time is a Harry Potter fan. I'm a pothead. I mean, Potterhead. So it's gonna be the last of the seven, basically the seven books that came out, and the second part of the second part of the last series. And man, it's gonna be so exciting. Of course, I've read all the books. You know what's gonna happen. But basically, the movies are always a little bit different. And what can I say? Harry Potter has been a humongous cultural icon since the late 90s till now. I basically was a little bit out of my generation, because I was from the 80s. But, I used to read the books to my cousin, in the early 2000s. And, man, I was just hooked. I think the special, the beauty of the Harry Potter books, yes, it's fantasy. And you get to see the film, and it's something that's like outside the box. You can jump out of the real world and go to this magical place of wizards and warlocks, and and see the battle between good and evil. And I mean, there's so many challenges that Harry goes through, and basically, it kind of parallel to real life, and the decisions we make. We've seen in many of the Harry Potter books, Harry's made the right decision, and sometimes he's made the wrong decisions. Dealing with his friends, dealing with, basically how he deals with, his enemies, and just internal struggles. And it's cool to see something like that. And for you guys who don't know who Harry Potter is, I mean, I don't know where you've been living and what cave you've been under, but I mean, it's a series of 7 fantasy books that was written by J.K. Rowling, who's the world's first billion-dollar author. I mean, there's rumors that basically say that she's sold so many books that she may be richer than the Queen of England. The main part of her stories are basically, Harry's a wizard, and he's basically trying to overcome an evil and dark wizard named Lord Voldemort. And, and all the stories are basically just everything around it and how he deals with people. And in 1997 was the first novel which came out, and the book was called The Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, retitled The Sorcerer's Stone in the U.S. And I would have to say that was probably my favorite movie. Was the first one where you got kind of a taste of, the whole, wizardry, and, all, basically, where you got all the cool characters and you were introduced to him. And they always say the first one is always the best, but number one is, the movie, like I said, had social impacts. It did share some criticism because it had an increasingly dark tone, as, some of the stories went on and some of the movies displayed, but I think that's what captured the older audience. The book's been in, they sold 450 million copies in 67 languages. I mean, $6 billion in revenue. I mean, it's one of probably the biggest things since, man, even bigger than in the 80s, probably, the Hardy Boys or the Babysitters Club. I mean, from what I remember. But it's a very, very interesting series. If you didn't get to check it out, I highly recommend. Every book is good. And I would say every movie is good. So Real Time tonight's going to ask everybody, what was your favorite Harry Potter book or Harry Potter film? And I hope all you guys go check the movies out. I guarantee it will not be a boring experience. So keep it real, everybody. And till next time.